Experts from the World Health Organization have arrived in China for a long-awaited investigation into the origins of COVID-19. This visit comes more than a year after the virus first emerged. Tina Kraus reports from London.
A team of scientists moved through a quarantine tunnel at Wuhan's airport, headed to a hotel in the Chinese city where COVID-19 was first detected more than a year ago. This man says it took them long enough, but better late than never. Another says it doesn't matter when they come as long as they find the truth. Investigators from the World Health Organization want to know how the virus, which experts believe came from a live market, jumped from animals to people. But getting answers won't be easy, with China waging a campaign to cast doubt on the origins. The U.S. accuses officials of hiding the extent of the initial outbreak.
This is about science. Let's leave the politics out of it. This is not about finding someone to blame. This is about understanding what happened.
One possible focus is the lab at Wuhan Institute of Virology, but the WHO is not planning to look into whether there might have been an accidental release of the coronavirus, as some U.S. politicians, including President Trump, have claimed. A government spokesman said researchers will exchange views with Chinese scientists, but gave no indication if they'll be allowed to gather evidence.
It could be a very long journey before we get a full understanding of what happens.
The concern is the probe will be more symbolic than substantial. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
China today reported its first death from COVID-19 in 8 months as the country battles to contain a resurgence in cases. The FAA is cracking down on unruly passengers. The FAA administrator signed an order today directing a stricter legal enforcement policy against unruly passengers in the wake of recent troubling events. Officials say they've seen an increase in incidents where passengers have disrupted flights with threatening or violent behavior. Passengers who interfere with, assault, or threaten to assault crew members or anyone else on an airplane face harsh penalties, including fines of up to $35,000 and prison time. 2020 presidential candidate Andrew Yang is now running for the mayor of New York City. Yang released his announcement video this morning. He managed to stand out in the crowded Democratic field last year thanks to his internet popularity. He's calling for the launch of a universal basic income program for the city, as well as investments in the economy, housing, and infrastructure. If elected, he would be the city's first Asian American mayor. Coming up on Valley News Live at 4, what's the secret? We hear from a small business owner whose shop is thriving despite the pandemic.